Connecting a computer to a network is usually a quick and easy process. To connect to the network, you first need to install a network adapter and the drivers. Then for a wired connection, you need to connect the Ethernet cable to the network adapter, and then the other end of the cable to the switch or router. In most organizations and home networks, DHCP services are enabled so that the network adapter is automatically configured and access to the network is established through a dynamic IP address. For wireless networks, you need to select a wireless network and enter in any security password or key. And then once again, most networks are configured with DHCP services, so the adapter is automatically configured and access to the network is established. When connecting your system to a local network for the first time, you'll be asked if the network is public or a private network. Do not worry if you make a mistake. You can change this selection at any time through the Settings app. Click Network and Internet, then click Change Connection Properties and select Public or Private. Remember that you can only share and make resources discoverable only on a private network. If your network is public, you are not able to share resources. And from File Explorer, you can navigate and explore other systems and their shared resources that exist on a private network. So in this example, right, they're showing the network, and there's at least 5 visible systems, an all-in-one, MU West and MU West Lenovo, TS client, and Win 8, right? And so it's connected to the MU West Lenovo, which is probably a laptop, and it's showing the documents folder, desktop folders. All this is shared on that Lenovo laptop over the network. So from the system that they're currently on, they're accessing files and resources of another machine over the network because they're on a private network. You can view the status of your network connection, and you can disable and enable your network connections to try and resolve network issues. Right? So let's just go ahead and so they're talking about the network sharing center and control panel, right? So we'll go over here. One way you can get to the network sharing is your network connection, right? You can open up internet connections and sharing. This is one way you can get to it. You can change adapter options. You can find your IP address. If you're using Ethernets, right, you can change adapter options, change advanced sharing options. You can go to the network sharing center, which also has all these options, right? So we've got Ethernet 0 is the connection on this machine, right? I can bring it up and I can disable it or enable it. Go to properties, I can diagnose it, I can get a status of it, right? It shows me as a 1 gig connection, but I have no IP6 internet connectivity because I only have IPv4 enabled, but that has internet. And I can also access my firewall from here, internet options. So what page opens up, all kinds of configurations from the network and sharing center. And then I can do my change advanced sharing settings, right? So turning network discovery on, right? Turning on file printer sharing, and then as well as for all networks. But so I've got network discovery turned on because it's, for private networks and setting it up. I've got file and printer sharing turned on. I could turn it off. Let's see here. What other media streaming options? Change adapter settings. Right. So I have a Bluetooth. I have a Cisco VPN that's currently disabled. And then you can still get to that same properties tab on the internet connect on your adapter, right? The IPv4 is the most important tab because for this adapter at this time, because IPv4 is my network connection. The IPv6, I could set that up if I wanted to enable that, but right now it's IPv4, and it's set up for DHCP to obtain an IP address automatically, obtain a DNS server automatically from DHCP. If I was going to do static, I would click on here and then provide the information, right? But I wanted to obtain from DHCP. All right. And then let's see here. I didn't have wireless, so I couldn't show you that. If you have issues connecting via wireless, you should verify that the security key is correct. And this is just showing us that, checking the security key and the encryption method type. Make sure that's all set up and configured correctly for your network. And then you can try and repair a connection by disabling and re-enabling the connection, which I showed you. What you can do is you get to your connections. Let's see here, and then right click on it, and then you can disable it. So this is right here. They're showing that you can disable the Wi-Fi connection, but you can also disable a wired connection just as easily. And you can try and disable and re-enable the connection, because sometimes that resets the connection and fixes some issues. Alright, that's setting up a local network connection. The next section will cover VPNs.